Today is Tuesday, which means that it's time for another live Q&A all about dropshipping on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. As always, I'm your host, Paul J Lipsky, here to answer all the questions that you guys have. Before we get started on the Q&A, there's a couple of things I want to go over. I want to talk about this totally bizarre story about eBay that's going to blow your mind, because it completely blew my mind when I read this story. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know that this Thursday, I am hosting a free live training all about eBay dropshipping. This, I think, is actually the first training, live one I've done in a while. So you guys should definitely check this out. The link to it is down below in the description, so go ahead and join this. You have to register to be there. There'll be some prizes. I'll be showing you exactly how to start a profitable eBay dropshipping store in 2021 right now. A lot of people have been saying, hey, has eBay dropshipping changed? It's not quite the same as it used to be. Absolutely true. That's true. It doesn't mean it doesn't work, though. You have to have the latest strategies. You have to know what's actually working right now. And that is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the latest stuff that we've been working on that's getting results, and getting results for my students as well. So if you want to join that free live training that will be this Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure to come. Make sure to click the first link down below to get registered for that live training, because this is the last one I'm going to be doing for a while. Now, on to the bizarre story about eBay. Something that I think is going to completely just blow your mind here. So this story is about David and Ina Steiner. So if you've never heard of them, they are eBay sellers themselves. They sell on a lot of different e-commerce platforms, eBay, Amazon, things like that. And they run a blog all about it. The blog is called ecommercebytes.com. If you see me looking over here, that's just where my computer is today. This is their blog right here. It's over 22 years old. So they've been doing this for a long time, not only selling on these e-commerce platforms, but blogging about it as well. And when I say blogging about it, they're more of like a news type of website, news type of blog, where they gather different news stories about eBay, about Amazon, about Etsy, Macari, all these different websites, and kind of put them right here. And this is actually the website I look at every single day to get my news about e-commerce. So they have a lot of experience with e-commerce. They've seen a lot of stuff. And by the way, this is what they look like right here. But what they experienced in 2019 was something they've never seen before. So this kind of started when they woke up one morning and found graffiti on their fence. Now, they weren't sure what that was, but then slowly these other strange things started to happen. So for instance, their public email that they put on their blog, all of a sudden it started to get subscriptions to all these weird email lists that they never signed up for. So they started getting all this spam in their email. And then things took a really dark turn really, really quickly. Because what happened was they got a book delivered in the mail, and the book was called Surviving the Loss of a Spouse. Then they got a funeral wreath delivered to their house, dead cockroaches delivered, and they started getting harassed on Twitter by these users saying things like, "Did you get my gifts? Do I have your attention now?" So obviously they were getting very, very concerned, scared literally for their lives, and not sure who this was. Was this somebody who was very upset with them on eBay, like one of their buyers or something like that? Or just some random harassment? They didn't know what was going on, and things just kept getting worse and worse and worse for Ina and David. So one of the things that happened was their neighbors started to get porn delivered to their house, and the address was the neighbor's address, but the name was David's name. So it made it look like David had ordered it and it was delivered to the wrong house. So very embarrassing for them, while they're still fearing for their life, because these people are basically threatening that they're going to kill them, basically. Then one of the strangest things, they received a phone call from a company that said, "Hey, we see you order this wet specimen, but we can't actually deliver it to your house." And David was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. What is this? What is a wet specimen?" And apparently someone had ordered for them an embalmed pet fetus. that they wanted to deliver to the Steiner's house. Obviously, they didn't order it themselves. And then one of the things they got was this in the mail. This was a mask, the mask that was used in the movie Saw. Now, this was all very upsetting. They still didn't know who it was, and eventually they did figure it out. The police did figure it out, and believe it or not, the people that were doing this, it was a group of people, and they were all employees at eBay, and not like lower level employees. These were officials at eBay, like in charge of whole departments, who were apparently very upset that the blog E-commerce Bytes would sometimes be critical of eBay. Now, I read E-commerce Bytes all the time, and yes, they're critical of eBay sometimes, but they're also critical of Amazon and Mercari. Like, that's what makes news news. You know, if it's just positive stuff, that's not news. So of course they report on things that upset people. They allow letters to the editor. They write the opinion pieces as well. They say, hey, you know, eBay just increased their fees, or they changed this policy, and they might be critical of that. That's what news is. And I just cannot believe that these officials at eBay just can't ignore that or just take it in stride. And a lot of times what the officials at eBay were actually more upset about weren't the articles themselves, but the comments underneath them, which isn't even by the people running the blog anyway. So it's just, the whole thing is bizarre, childish, and quite frankly, really, really scary that they did this to them. Especially considering that I've released some videos that were critical of eBay, but I'm just very happy I haven't received any sort of thing like this from eBay. So they filed a lawsuit. They're suing them. They've been charged criminally already with cyber stalking. eBay fired all of them. Other things came out, like they found out that eBay employees tried to put GPS trackers on their car, which I forget exactly why that never worked out. But yeah, totally bizarre story that happened at eBay. And I mean, look at this picture right here. What's the most ironic thing about this? Okay, someone let me know in the comment section. Something jumped out at me about this picture, about this mask. Let me know in the comment section what I find so ironic about this. Let me see if anyone else here thinks the same thing as well. Now, I did report on this a while ago, but now they've, for the first time, kind of came out publicly talking about it. So that's why it came up in the news again. Some more of the facts about this came out again. So I kind of wanted to talk about it and just kind of reveal. Luckily, these people were fired. Shouldn't be happening to anyone else. But yeah, pretty freaking bizarre that this happened. All right, just a quick reminder for those just joining us, we do have the free training coming up all about eBay dropshipping. I know you might be thinking, why would I sell on eBay after that? But still a great place to sell. If you guys want the free training, I'll have it linked up in the description, the first link. That will be live this Thursday. You have to register. There will be prizes there, so make sure you do show up live. All right, let's see who's here in the chat. Let me get rid of this photo. It's freaking me out. Yeah, there we go. A lot of you guys are getting it. So Luis here says it's the Amazon packaging. Yeah, that's the irony, is that they sent this mask and they didn't even order it from someone on eBay. They ordered it from Amazon and had it shipped to them, which I think is just so ironic. Why not just order from eBay? A lot of you guys got that as well. Abigail got it as well. So funny. Levin Kai, what's up, guys? How you doing? Yeah, the Amazon packaging. I mean, talk about Jesus. Wow. All right. Let's now get to the questions. See what you guys say. I'm sorry, my computer's all the way over here, so it's going to be a little awkward. I'm looking over here. There we go. Maybe a little better. Omar says, hey, Paul, how you doing again? Thanks so much for being here, Omar. Appreciate you, man. And thanks for all the great questions. Do you love wholesalers? Because retailers to dropship on the platform at all? So, Omar, yeah, I dropship on eBay using both retail and wholesale suppliers, and they both have their pros and cons. This is actually a big thing that I'm going to be talking about this Thursday during the live training that I'm going to be hosting. This is a huge part of what I'm going to be talking about. So if you've been trying to figure out, can you dropship from wholesalers or retailers on eBay? How does eBay dropshipping work in 2021? I really recommend you come to that live training because I'll be going really in depth talking about it all. But the short of it is that, yeah, you can we do both retail and wholesale dropshipping on eBay. There are pros and cons to each. which I'll be talking much more in depth in on Thursday. All right. Jordan says, "Hey Paul, hope you are amazing. Thank you for all your help. Have you ever been flagged by Amazon Prime for dropshipping? If so, what did you do about it? If not, how do you avoid it?" Great question, Jordan. So Jordan isn't talking about dropshipping on Amazon. He's talking about dropshipping from Amazon. So this means that you're selling on eBay, you're selling on Facebook Marketplace maybe, and the supplier that you're using is Amazon. Now, I personally don't dropship from Amazon to eBay. eBay doesn't like Amazon, which I'm laughing about because of that photo with the Amazon packaging, but they don't like Amazon, so they don't like when you dropship Amazon to eBay. On Facebook Marketplace, we do it all the time. It's going great over there. Now, in the Amazon Prime terms of service, it specifically says you cannot use Prime for reselling purposes. In other words, exactly what we were doing. Now, with that said, we've been doing it for years with no issue at all. And I know people have been doing it longer than that, doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month with no issue with that. Now, every once in a while, Amazon will send out an email if you're using Amazon Prime and dropshipping using Amazon Prime. Every once in a while, maybe once or twice a year, more like once a year, they'll send out an email to some people that say, "Hey, we see that you're using Amazon Prime for reselling. That's not allowed." But they never do anything about it. It's like a warning letter, and they never take action. They never ban those Amazon Prime accounts. They never kick you off of Amazon from buying from Amazon. They still allow you to do it. Has been historically what has happened. The only time I've seen Amazon buying accounts get shut down is when people start using a lot of gift cards that they get from questionable sources. So you can sometimes buy discounted Amazon gift cards, but a lot of times you don't know where you're buying them from. Like, where are those people getting them? Are they scamming people? Is there credit card fraud involved? You just don't know, which is why I've been avoiding buying discounted gift cards more recently, for a while now. And in particular on Amazon, you see it as more of concern because, in my opinion, no one really sells Amazon gift cards at a loss. There are other suppliers, like let's say you get a Home Depot gift card as a gift. Some people don't want that. Imagine like a 12-year-old kid getting a Home Depot gift card from like their grandma. Like, what do they want with that? So they might take a $100 gift card and sell it for like $80. They're just happy to get the cash. But if you get a $100 Amazon gift card, in this day and age, that's as good as cash, right? Because you can buy anything on Amazon. So people aren't selling Amazon gift cards at a loss, at a discount. You just don't see it happening. So how are these people getting such discounted Amazon gift cards? It just doesn't make sense. So that is why if you start doing that a lot with the discounted gift cards on Amazon, that's the only time I've seen Amazon buying accounts get shut down. If you're not doing that, I haven't seen it happen to anyone else just for buying a bunch of items and drop shipping them. All right, a good question. I think a few people have been getting those emails in the past 2 days, so that's probably why that question came up, the kind of warning email. All right, Zlatan, hope I'm saying your name correctly, man. But hey, Paul, what stops the virtual assistants from the Philippines just becoming entrepreneurs and just working for themselves as drop shippers? So great question. VAs stands for virtual assistants. For those of you who don't know, I hire a lot of virtual assistants to help me run my online businesses. So what are they? Well, these are individuals who live in the Philippines. You can hire them from other locations, but for what I do, I always hire from the Philippines because, one, the website that I use, the only people they hire from the Philippines. Two, they're really friendly, they're really nice, they speak English or are able to communicate in English really well. Very similar cultures in many ways, so it's not only from a language perspective, but from a cultural perspective, it's easy to speak with them. I just feel really comfortable with them. So shout out to my virtual assistants out there. I know at least one of them is here helping me moderate the chat, because I use them not only for my eBay business, but for Facebook Marketplace, my YouTube channel, basically everything. Help me with my emails, everything like that. So it's really great. Now, One of the benefits also of hiring from another country like the Philippines is that the cost of living there is less. So I don't have to pay what I would have to pay someone here in the United States, which allows me to hire more virtual assistants than I could hire one person here in the United States, if that makes sense. Yeah. So what stops them from becoming entrepreneurs themselves? Nothing. And I think that's great because I've had virtual assistants who I've hired who have gone on to start their own businesses. And when I say some, it's only happened once, okay? All the other virtual assistants have just stuck with me. And I think that's because not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. And that's totally fine. But also in a way, they kind of are being entrepreneurial because they're not going and working for a big company, going out and working outside their home. Being a virtual assistant means they can work from home, which for a lot of people is the goal. And that's why they want to be an entrepreneur. And if they could just do that for someone else, that's pretty much the same thing. And I'm good to my virtual assistants. I pay them what I think is a fair wage. I pay them consistently. I give them time off if they ask for it. I'm nice to them, right? I give them work that hopefully they find interesting. So I try to be a good boss to them. Hopefully I am. And I think that's why they stick around. So as long as you do that, you're going to see a lot of them do stick around. There are entrepreneurs in the Philippines, and some of my virtual assistants, in fact, are virtual assistants and then have side hustles as well, kind of their side entrepreneur. They're able to do both. But I think what you're afraid of is that they're going to steal your business from you. And I just don't see that happening for a number of reasons. But one of the biggest reasons is because, I'm here in the United States. So I'm able to set up a business here in the United States, cater to the US market. That's a lot harder to do outside the country. So from a technical standpoint, it's just going to be much harder for them to be able to do it than for me, who's already done it. So hope that answers your question there. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Omar says, do you love going to Salt Lake City, Utah to see all those mountains while enjoying a full-time income in your camper van? Yeah, man. So for those of you who don't know, I travel around full-time in a camper van. Right now, I have an Airbnb for a couple of days because I have that webinar coming up on Thursday. So I just want to make sure I can spread out, make sure I'm prepared for it, make sure I have good Wi-Fi for it. But normally, I'm doing my businesses, running them full-time from the road, which is a lot of fun because I'm able to see so much of the country. And every business I make sure it's completely remote, completely online. So I never have to go into an office, and then I could just have myself, my virtual assistants run it while I travel and explore. Like, this is the life I've always wanted. I feel so lucky and so happy that we've been able to make it by just starting these online businesses. All right, when is it too early to hire a virtual assistant? I think it's too early when you don't understand how to do it yourself. You can't just outsource a job to a virtual assistant if you don't know how to do it yourself. Now, you can hire a virtual assistant who's already done it and they have experience and they can kind of help you kind of figure it out. But I found that doesn't really work. I found that as the business owner, I really have to understand how it works, be able to do it myself before I can train and outsource it to someone else. Because inevitably, they're going to ask, oh, this happened. How do I figure this out? And if I've never done it, I'm not going to be able to answer that question for them. So right now, I'm trying to grow my Instagram account. So guys, please go follow me on Instagram at Paul J Lipsky. I'll be doing some great content over there, some giveaways over there. So make sure to follow me at Paul J Lipsky. And I want to have a virtual assistant help me with that. Help me with posting content, scheduling content, things like that. But I'm not going to hire them until I know how to do it myself, right? So that's kind of fresh on my mind as an example. But it's the same thing with dropshipping. Like, if you don't know how to do product research, you're not going to be able to teach someone or supervise someone how to do product research. All right. Marjorie says, hey, Paul, I'll have to catch this on the replay. My question is, do you use or have you ever used OA Genius for an Amazon tracking solution? Hope to get an answer or better solution. Number 3, thumbs up. Yeah, OA Genius, I use that for tracking numbers that aren't accepted by the marketplace that I'm using. So like Facebook Marketplace only accepts certain carriers. eBay only accepts certain carriers, and OA Genius is kind of solution to that, which is really nice because they're able to kind of work through that problem. All right. Amanda got this email saying, hey, Paul, I got a weird email from Amazon saying, we have noticed that you purchase products from your Amazon account for the purpose of resale, rental, or to ship such products to your customers. Is there more to that? No. So yeah, this is what I was talking about before, Amanda. Again, we've seen these emails before and they've never actually done anything. Now, the weird thing about these emails, the thing that always gets me to scratch my head and never take them too seriously, besides the fact that historically they've never shut down Amazon accounts, is that the emails always look so strange. They're usually from a weird email address. It is from @amazon.com, but usually the first part of it is something like random and weird. And the email itself is usually very poorly written with a lot of typos and grammatical mistakes. And when I've seen the emails, I've read them and said, no, this isn't from Amazon. There's no way it's from Amazon with all those, errors in there. But then, you can log into Amazon, see the messages, and sure enough, it's from Amazon. So it's just a very, very strange thing. But like I said, Amazon just, they've never done anything so far. All right. So Sammy, if you're having a problem with the tax exemption, I would post up in the forum. We should be able to help you. Screenshots help. I'm not sure why you're getting stuck, but some people do get stuck. Make sure you're filling it out exactly, but send us some screenshots. Hey, Jameson in Tennessee. I'll be there in a few months from now. Somewhere in Tennessee. Oh, Abigail as well. What's up, Abigail? Can you dropship eBay to Shopify? You could. Never heard of anyone doing it, but I'm sure you could do it. San Antonio. What's up, Texas? What's up, Jessica? Star Wars. Yeah, baby. What'd I miss? Missed something there. What's up, Paul? Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Thanks, man. Okay. Hey, Paul, I got a sale and I dropshipped from AliExpress. When I bought the item for the customer, I got the tracking number. I provided it to eBay, but it still doesn't update. Why is that? It could be because of the carrier that you're using. AliExpress uses a bunch of carriers, or at least some carriers that eBay won't accept. So you've got to make sure you have the acceptable carrier in there. The other problem is with AliExpress is that sometimes it will start out as one carrier and then switch to another. And that can be confusing. The first carrier eBay might not accept, and then they accept a new one. So it's one of the reasons I don't like using AliExpress. But I would double check the tracking number, make sure you do have it plugged into eBay. If anything, send the customer a message letting them know it's on the way. Can we dropship on Facebook in the US from other countries? You can. It's not easy to do, but you can do it. It's not something I'm too much of an expert on, to be honest, because I only like to talk about things I have firsthand knowledge of. And because I'm here in the United States, I'm a US citizen, I have a US Facebook account, that's the experience that I have. That's the angle that I'm coming from. I do know people who are doing it successfully who live outside the United States. I have students who are doing it successfully who live outside the United States, but I don't have a ton of experience with it myself. Hey, what's up? Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah, you saw the Amazon packaging. All right, 12 thumbs up. Thanks everyone so far for the thumbs up. Okay, we caught up to this part. All right, Funky Junkie says, hey Paul, I'm finding it difficult to organize funds out/funds in. My credit card limits are, I'm hitting my limits pretty quickly, and then I have to usually wait weeks for payments in. How do you handle this? Good question. And I don't talk about a lot because it's a little bit more advanced. You're most beginners don't have to face this. So congrats on getting to this stage, because that means you are making sales and are seeing progress with your store. So congrats on that. So what's the problem here? The problem is that you're getting orders. Whenever you get those orders, you have to use your credit card to fulfill those orders, meaning you're buying the items on your supplier's website. And then once those payments are released to you by the marketplace, you then use that money to pay off the credit cards. But what if you max out your credit card, like Funky Junkies is here, and then you have to wait for the money to be released to you, so you can't really make any sales until then? That is the problem. Now, there are multiple ways to solve this. If you're selling on eBay, eBay will start releasing your money faster once you start to get more sales. But after that, if you're still having that problem, then the two biggest things that you can do are, one, get more credit cards, or two, ask your credit card company to increase your limit. That's really the big one, because if you show consistent sales history, they should increase your credit card limits. Now, personally, I use business credit cards because they do give you higher limits for those cards. So the one that I really like is a Capital One Spark card. I know a lot of people like to use Amex cards, American Express cards, for their businesses. And those are great cards as well, though the fee tends to be a little bit higher for those. But for those ones, you can usually get a really high limit. I don't know why Capital One has given me on my card such a high limit, but it works for me in combination with the other cards that I have, which is through Wells Fargo. That's not really a great card, to be honest, but I just use it for the limit because I still got a good limit on that card. I really should apply for an Amex card with the volume, but I don't know why. I don't know why I've never done it, so I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, please sub, like, and share. Thank you. Yeah, you guys got it. Sean, what is up, man? I didn't know you changed your... Sean's one of our moderators here, and it looks like you changed his name and his avatar, man. I wouldn't recognize you. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. Okay. Raymond says, hey, Paul, recently I've been posting on Facebook Marketplace and getting little to no views on most products. About a week or two ago, I get like 5,000 views on products. Is there any reason as to why this happened and a fix? There's not a fix, so to speak, besides the fact that you have to make sure you're doing good product research. That's probably the biggest factor here. If your videos in the past, if your items in the past were doing well and now they stopped, I would see if you change anything. Did you change your product research? That's usually the biggest thing. Have you changed the way that you list items or titles or descriptions or photos? Change any of that. I would try changing it back for a short time and seeing if kind of things go back to the way that they were. Now, what I will say is that views, so you said you're talking about views I don't care about at all. I know people say, oh, I got all these views and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I care about sales. Are we getting sales? Because I can list up products that will get just a couple of views and sell with just a couple of views. And I have products that get 5,000 views and never sell. That's not, I don't care about views. That's actually bad. So what we see on eBay, we haven't seen this on Facebook Marketplace in the past, but I wouldn't be surprised if Facebook has updated their algorithm to account for this. If you're getting items that are getting a lot of views, like 5,000 views, and aren't making any sales, that's bad. Because for eBay, they're going to look at that and say, this is not getting a good sell-through rate. There's something wrong with this item, and this isn't a good item. We're going to stop showing this to people because no one's buying it anyway. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens to enough of your items that they're just going to stop showing your items entirely for your entire store. And I would not be surprised if Facebook Marketplace is going to or has started to do that as well. Meaning that if you're getting a ton of views and no sales, they're going to stop showing those items or your items. How do you fix that? And by the way, I should really backtrack. I don't think they would kind of shadow ban your entire store. Yeah, I just think that probably what they're doing is looking able to get that information even faster. So they're not going to wait till you get to 5,000 views with no sales. They can pretty much tell within the first like couple hundred views or less, are these items going to be popular based on the sales volume for those number of views? So yeah, the thing I would look at is what have you changed, and go back to the way they were and see if that makes a difference. And if that doesn't, then do product research. It's or get better at product research. It's very possible that you kind of got lucky and listed up a bunch of products that were really hot during a certain period of time, like maybe summer items. And now people stop shopping for summer items because it's going to be fall and it's back to school season now. So you should be concentrating now on items that would be selling now or selling all year long. Thanks for the fantastic info, very specific. Thank you so much. This is pretty much the conclusion I've come to as well, but it's been after tons and tons of research online. Yeah, you get emails like that. It is scary, but glad I was able to help. More with eBay than Amazon. Yes, so is your eBay Dropshipping Titans course updated now with eBay's new policy new update where they no longer use PayPal? Yes, absolutely. The course has been fully updated with that. Again, that's something I'm going to be talking about this Thursday during that live training. A lot's changed on eBay. A lot's changed with eBay dropshipping. So this is kind of an update. What's happening now that eBay doesn't use PayPal? What's happening now because eBay wants you to use more wholesale suppliers? Can you use wholesale suppliers? Do retail suppliers still work? That is all the kind of stuff we're going to talk about. And really, more importantly, just kind of show you how this works in 2021, the simple way. Because so many people are just trying to make this too complicated and trying to show you techniques that just don't work anymore. Things change. I'm going to show you what's actually working. So click the first link down below, sign up for the free webinar, the training about eBay dropshipping, and I'll see you guys Thursday for it. That'll be live. And there'll be prizes, so it's worth your time. If I switch to Amazon Business and use Prime there, that should be totally fine for reselling, right? Isn't that the point of Amazon Business? No, not really. I don't use Amazon Business. I don't really see the point because I just have regular Amazon Prime. Amazon Business, I think the intent of it is really for you to buy things for your business. Like if you had an office, you could buy your office chairs, your office paper, fax machines, who uses that? Printers, I meant to say, like all stuff like that from Amazon. I think that's kind of what Amazon Business is for. I've never tried Mercari myself for dropshipping. I have heard of at least some people having success with it. Someone out there is crushing it. I guarantee it. Because people are crushing it on eBay. People are crushing it on Facebook Marketplace. People, even though Walmart dropshipping is kind of dead, I'm sure there's people who are still crushing Walmart dropshipping. If there's a will, there's a way. If there's an opportunity, there are people who are taking advantage of that opportunity, who are really going after it. So this is why I don't like hearing from people like, oh, I missed the boat on this, or I missed the boat on that, or like, I wish I got into Amazon FBA years ago, right? There's always opportunities out there. You just have to grab them. You have to go for them. And you can't let people hold you back or hold you down. You can't listen to all the naysayers saying it doesn't work. There are people who are making it work. There are people who are successful with Amazon FBA. There are people who are successful with eBay dropshipping, Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, Mercari dropshipping. So there are ways to make it work. You just have to find it. You have to go for it. And you have to put in the time, the commitment to do it yourself. Can you use AutoDS in Pakistan? Yeah, you can, but you'll be selling on .com, eBay.com. Yeah, solid advice, Omar. Don't dropship or sell weapons on eBay. For example, explosive products like bombs. Don't sell bombs on eBay. I think that's a good advice. I switched from personal Prime. So Jordan says, yes, I'm using Business Prime right now, and you still got that email. I switched from personal. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. So I've never switched. I'm also a kind of believer, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, Amazon Prime, I've had this Amazon Prime account since I've been in college that I've used personally. It's always worked, so I'm just going to keep it. It works. I have the Amazon Prime card for it. It works, so I'm not going to change it. Is it possible to scale too quickly on Shopify? No. As long as you are aware of money in and money out. Because the problem with Shopify is no one's going to visit your website unless you get them to visit your website. And the way you get them to visit your Shopify website is by paying for advertising. Facebook ads, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube ads, whatever it is. And that costs money. And the cost of doing that is just rising and rising. So you are paying for ads. Yes, people are coming and buying your items, but you might be losing money because you're paying so much on ads. So that's what you have to be careful about. And if you scale that too quickly, you can lose a lot of money really quickly. That is why I love marketplaces, eBay, Facebook, because Amazon, because they have the traffic. The traffic is there. They are getting people to visit website and buy items. You don't have to pay for billboards. You don't have to pay for ads on Facebook and things like that. They are taking care of that for you. It's 4 a.m. in the Philippines. You won't catch me up at that time. Okay. Ricardo says, hey, Paul, what is the best platform to start dropshipping on for a complete newbie and why? Ricardo, I would say it's either eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Right now, I would say Facebook Marketplace because there's such an opportunity because it's still so fresh and so new. The margins are really great and it's just so freaking simple to get started with it. So that is really, I think, the best place for beginners right now. And if you want some more info on that, I think I have, well, actually it's not in the description, but I have a free ebook about Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. It's linked up in most of my videos. So maybe you should go check that out, get that free ebook and just kind of get introduced to Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. Yeah, because that's a really great place for newbies. Okay. Let's see. Classic says, hey Paul, Facebook now has a variance feature. What do you think about it? It's great. I'm going to be adding a video to my course about it. It's on one of the things I'm going to do this week while I'm at the Airbnb. So that will be added to the course. For those of you who don't know, anyone who joins one of my courses, any updates I make to it, like that video, they get for free. So if you're in my Facebook Marketplace dropshipping course, you will get that new lesson for free. So I'm not going to charge you guys for the newest version of the course. I think it's a great feature, is what I'm trying to say. Do I have a virtual assistant course? If you are in my eBay course, there's an eBay course and then there's a virtual assistant course for eBay. Those are separate. And that's to keep the price of the eBay course down. The Facebook Marketplace dropshipping course, that has built into it lessons about hiring and training virtual assistants. That's built into the price of the Facebook Marketplace course. Thank you, Suzanne. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Thank you, Omar. Appreciate it, man. Is there a GSP alternative? Oh, not really. No. GSP is so simple. It's the simplest way to kind of sell internationally. See you later, man. Raphael. Okay. Question, Paul. My relist feature was taken out of Facebook Marketplace. I emailed them and they said only certain sellers have that feature. What's going on? Yeah. I'm making sure I'm not bleeding. The other day I was flying my drone around and it was kind of windy, but I was flying it around and it got really, really low battery. So when it gets super low battery, it tries to land where you took off from. What happened was I said, don't land because I still want to fly it. Then if it happens again, you can't override it. So my drone tried to land where I took it off from, but there was a car there. The car had pulled into that spot. So the drone was trying to like land, but it was almost also like crashing into this car or about to. So I was trying to override it. It wouldn't override. So I just ended up grabbing it and it just sliced my finger open with the, can you see that? Yeah, just the blade just sliced my finger open and it's just bleeding everywhere. It's actually the second time this has happened. I've sliced my finger with the propellers. The first time, it wasn't even on. I was just holding the drone and it was super windy and the wind caught the propeller, spun it around, and then my finger got caught in it. So yeah, it cuts deep and it really hurts when it happens. Anyway, what is your question about Facebook Marketplace? So on Facebook Marketplace, they're very new platform, which is one of the exciting things about it because we are going to grow with them. We are going to figure out how it works before other people do. And that's how people are making a lot of money with it right now. Now, one of the features they've tested out is the relisting feature, which Raphael had and some people have had. So that allows you, once the item sells, to instantly relist the item so you don't have to manually relist it yourself. Now it's gone. And that's what Facebook is doing. So it's very frustrating, but this is what they've chosen to do to test out these features, only give them to certain sellers, see how it works, and then take them away and then give them back. I don't know what they're doing, but that's what they're doing to kind of test out the features like the relist function. I've never relied on it because I've seen this happen. So that's one of the reasons I've created the Chrome extension that will help us automatically or quickly list items onto Facebook Marketplace. Because once the item sells, I can just relist it just by using the Chrome extension. That's pretty much what I've always done. All right. Suzanne says, hey, just got a message from a Facebook Marketplace customer saying they got their item, but they noticed the return address is from Walmart and asking if it's for me. Any suggestions for a good answer? Suzanne, I believe you're a member of my course, and I do have scripts for that. So make sure to check out the customer service scripts because I have basically like a tried and true response for that in the course. If it's not there, it should be, but if it's not there, email me, Paul at pauljlipsky.com, and I'll add it because it should be there. Okay. Steven says, are you listing on Facebook Marketplace yet as a store or just from personal accounts? Also, with the shipping option, do customers message you to haggle? So this is what I was just talking about, where Facebook Marketplace is trying new features for different people, allowing some people to have it, and not really being as transparent or as forthcoming with information on certain features and when they're going to be available to everyone, as frustrating as it is. So when we sell on Facebook Marketplace, we sell on there as individuals. So I'm just using my personal profile or the personal profiles of the people selling to sell the products. Now, Facebook Marketplace does have a way for you to sell as a store on Facebook Marketplace. Which means that it doesn't have to be under your personal profile. And there are some benefits to that, including things like automation. I was really excited because I thought this feature was available to me earlier this year. All the buttons were there, but the buttons just didn't work. And then I emailed Facebook back and forth for literally months. And then eventually they said, I eventually reached the right person. They said, we're taking it away. For certain people, only certain people are going to get it. So it was just like such a back and forth. I was so over it at that point, so frustrated because I was going back and forth, paying for all the software for it to work, and it just wouldn't work. And it's because Facebook Marketplace, even though they said it was available to me, it really wasn't. So yeah, it's just one of those things with Facebook where they're trying it, not available to everyone. It's not available to me, so I'm not even bothering. What I have works. Again, if it works, don't fix it. Selling from a personal profile works. It's simple. It's straightforward. That's what I'm going to continue to do until the store option is definitely unlocked and there to stay. And that's when I'll really try it out. Haggling. Haggling is yeah, it happens with the shipping option, but doesn't happen all that much. How do you keep from getting your Facebook account shut down? Just, I mean, it just doesn't happen. I mean, it doesn't happen if you're selling the right way, giving good customer service, uploading tracking numbers, scaling at a healthy but not too fast rate. Yeah. Doug says, hey Paul, just joined your eBay course. Quick question, SKUGrid or AutoDS? I'm seeing a lot of people having issues with AutoDS. So both these software will help you automate your dropshipping on eBay. They both work. I've used both. I think both are great. I think AutoDS is easier to use, more beginner friendly. Are either of them perfect? No. So do people have trouble with AutoDS? Yeah, they do. But I promise you, SKUGrid is much harder to figure out. And you will have problems with SKUGrid because there's problems with all the software out there. None of them are perfect. I think AutoDS is just the most beginner-friendly, easiest to use. You can go SKUGrid. It's just going to be very complicated to set up and learn. Very, very hard learning curve. If you are interested, at the bottom of the course, there's a section called the Vault. And in there, I have the old lessons where I used to teach how to use SKUGrid. And those are available if you want to learn how to use SKUGrid. But it is difficult. Can we use API stores on eBay since AutoDS v2 updates? I still do not use API stores. eBay, it seems like they're not flagging accounts, which is awesome. Even accounts that use API, but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. I'm going to make sure that's really the way it is, and then maybe I'll go back to API, but non-API works and it's allowed. Store, if you have the store, if your Facebook account allows you to list products on Facebook Marketplace using a store, then do it. But it's not available to most people. Can I have no money? Can I dropship with $0? Not really. You need some capital to get started. You definitely need a credit card to, again, fulfill those orders until the orders, the money's released to you and you can pay off the credit cards. You can't just have no money to get started, okay? You also need to pay for the software and things like that. So you don't need a lot of money to get started, because something like Amazon FBA, you need to buy a lot of inventory up front. You might spend thousands of dollars on inventory up front, but you don't have to do that with dropshipping, because again, you're not buying the item until you know the money is there. Yes, the money hasn't been released to you yet, but you know it will be. So that is a huge benefit of dropshipping. And you don't have to pay for advertising because you're selling on these marketplaces, which is one of the reasons why I recommend it over something like Shopify. Okay. Okay. Oh, sweet. We have eBay experience working for a prior employer. Also ran online book sales with physical inventory for ourselves. That's awesome. I know a lot of people that sell books on Amazon because it's really, really hot thing to do. But that does involve you obviously going out, going to stores, finding the books. You might have been doing something more wholesale, Levi and Kai. But a lot of people will just go to like thrift stores and things like that, buy up the books and send them to Amazon FBA. There's a lot of money to be made there. We want to find the missing link to selling without inventory now that we're full-time in a motorhome. Hey, that's awesome, guys. So congrats on that. Try dropshipping. Look at dropshipping because it really allows you to run it from the road just like I do, as long as you have internet. You already have the experience on eBay, which is going to help you a lot. If you're able to kind of figure out now how the suppliers work, figure out how to, the product research, that's really the key. It's always the key is product research. Knowing which items to list and how to find those items and the best time of year for certain products. Once you nail that down, start listing up those products, that's when you can really see the success. And I think for you guys, that will be kind of the missing link, because you already have the experience with eBay. I'm not sure if the books were on Amazon, but you could always try something like, for that, you could always try Amazon FBA, like ordering a bunch of items from China. Again, that's going to cost money up front, but then you send it to Amazon's warehouse and they kind of take care of the rest, which a lot of nomads do as well. Requires a lot of upfront capital and upfront work, but then it's more passive on after that point when Amazon takes it over. Then, of course, you have Facebook Marketplace, which is an excellent place to dropship right now. Really low risk, low barrier to entry. Great place to be selling right now on Facebook Marketplace. So all those are great ideas right now. Let's see. Let's see. Do you prefer AliExpress or Amazon? My shipping rate going down with AliExpress. I don't like drop shipping from AliExpress. I just have so many problems with it, mostly with tracking, delays, long times, things like that. If you can drop ship from Amazon, again, wouldn't do it on eBay, but you can do it on Facebook Marketplace, is excellent. The customer is going to get their items. They're going to ship fast. Great customer service if you have to resolve anything. It's a great supplier. I wish it worked for eBay, but I'm just happy it works so well for Facebook Marketplace. Okay. Do I have a second channel? Yeah, I do. It's about traveling in the camper van. So that's Chad and Paul on YouTube. So just look up Chad and Paul, and that's all of our adventure vlogs, all about reviews of vans and things like that. Let's see. If you have 2 stores and want to test products for both on TikTok, this sounds like Shopify dropshipping, which I'm not an expert on, so I can't really help you there. Hey, what's up, everyone? Product research. That is the most important thing. All right. I mean, I've never done this test myself, but hey, you did it. I'm going to screenshot this so I can save this, because people ask me about this all the time. I talk about it all the time. I've been saying for a long time, do not drop ship from Amazon to eBay. eBay doesn't like it. And this is one of the reasons why. So, I mean, this is proof of what happens. So, interesting thing happened to him. I had a lot of Amazon items listed to eBay, and sales dropped to a halt. As soon as I removed them, they came back up. I don't know how eBay knows. It has to be something to do with the UPC code or the images or something. They know when you're drop shipping Amazon to eBay, they don't like it. Don't do it. That's their biggest beef with drop shipping, is that they hate Amazon, and people are drop shipping from Amazon to eBay, which is just giving Amazon business. So don't do it. Don't be like these guys. Okay. All right. What would you say to a teen who would soon be a successful eBay dropshipper and is deciding what to take in university? I have no idea what to take for university. I do love real estate investing. First of all, I would go to college. I never advise anyone to skip out on college, even if you're already successful with business. I know it's kind of an old school mentality, and there's plenty of people who have been really successful without college, but I just think it's a good idea. I went to college. I went to law school after that. I just think it's a smart idea to go. Now, what should you actually study? The truth, it doesn't really matter too much what you study in undergrad. It really matters more what you do after that. But if you're interested in that, I mean, I wish I took more business classes in college, learned more about business, even though I think I have more business knowledge than people who are in college for business, because I have education you can get on business. But I'm sure there's a lot of information I could have learned in college that could have been helpful. I'm sure that could be really helpful to you. Ricardo says, what if you don't have a lot of followers on Facebook? Is marketable instructor? Let me know who it is. I'd be interested in checking that out. After I've seen success from your courses, I've been taking more action, taking other courses as well. Yeah, I love online courses because there are people out there who have spent years learning something and spent a lot of their own money and time learning it. And you don't have to do that because they're taking all that information and putting it into a step-by-step course for you to follow. Even if it's $1,000 or a couple $1,000s, that's a no-brainer because that is going to save you so much time. You start making money faster, and then it pays for itself. Really good idea, especially when you're making money. So thanks so much, guys. See you Thursday.